residential closings down to 4.8 million closings. And all of our belts got tightened. Transaction volume is down. In 2020 and 2021, we thought we were rock stars. No, the economy was just good. When it starts to take a dip, then the true you come out, the true platform comes out. Did you grow through a downturn, or did you say, hey, it's just the economy, everyone's doing bad, so I'm doing bad? When I share with you more slides up here, you'll see EXP took off because when the rising tide goes down, it exposes all of our warts, all of the things that weren't so good about our brokerage platform, all of our weaknesses as salespeople. But yet EXP blew through that, and you'll see in the next slides. Charlie Bowie, come in, please. I remember meeting Charlie 3 years ago. He was working for another brokerage. He just started in the business, right? And I could see like this sizzle in his eyes. His spirit was so strong. And he joined us about 10 months ago from another brokerage firm. So Charlie, if you just didn't mind sharing your story for 2-3 minutes about how long you've been in the business, what you were doing before, and how the last 10 months has gone for you. Okay. Because his story is what's going to happen up here when I share the presentation. Go.
Actually, I turned in real estate in about end of 2020. I remember October. But it's interesting, I rarely share to even the people I know that like I took about 10 times of the test to get the real estate license. 7 times on the national, 3 times on the national exam, and 7 times on the state exam. That's a lot for me. But at that time, I told myself, no. If this time did not go through, just go next time, and never give up until I get my license. And I sometimes say, 2021 the best year because I integrated so low. And it take everyone up to we gotta sell this, and so the volume this much. But from then, I learned, hey, I have to maintain all of my clients' relationship. Because I know this is the high time, but then it's gonna be the down time. And then I saw, and so I met you, and then Calvin and Daniel. No, this is the platform I wanna go and change my from the previous broker to here to learn more about the things I don't know. Challenge myself, I dare myself to do it, have to do it. And even now, like this year I saw a lot of people like the business going down, but luckily, I say luckily because a lot of factors involved, we're still doing good and even more than last year. That, like what I can say, do whatever you think challenge you, do it. I have a sentence I always say to my mind, you have a lot of ideas, whatever idea comes up to your mind, execute it right away. Find a way to do the action, not do only statement. Do the action, and then you will get it. Even not get it, you get half of it. That I would like to share today.
All right, Charlie. So when I get to the icon piece, yeah, give him a hand. We connected just here in the hallway as he walked in the door. Give him a big fat hug because I'm so proud of him. He went last year. You had what percentage of your business was listings?
Last year we did about 106 transactions, and then just 20 transactions are listing. But this year, right now, we about like 40 transactions by listing side, about increase above 100% since last year.
100% increase while the market goes down 36%. So proud of you, man. He's a double icon agent when we get to the icon piece. So proud of you. All right? That's a testament of this system. I can take a little bit of the credit for sort of meeting Charlie and getting to know him, but the system gets all the credit. the 88,000 agents who pour into each other, who share, who collaborate, who teach, train, share leads, gets all the credit. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, definitely gets the biggest credit because he had the vision to build a brokerage that is that is built for us. It's agent-centric. It's agent-grown, agent-owned, agent success obsessed. Okay? The economy's down. Ask yourself, what's our brokerage doing for us right now to support us in this downturn? And what are you doing for yourself to support yourself during this downturn? And my feeling is, after being 18 years in the business, that agents need these things. Whether you're residential or commercial or luxury, agents, at the end of the day, seek this. They always have to get the next lead, because once you close a transaction and you don't have something else in the pipeline under agreement listed, you are now out of business. You don't know it yet, but 45 days later, you won't have another check hitting your bank account and you're out of business. So how good is your lead funnel? Where is your leads sitting? Is it on a piece of napkin, or is it on a corner of your desk unorganized? Is it on a yellow sticky note, or is it in a true consumer relationship management database? And where are you getting your next leads? Training. In a downturn in the economy, I remember when we hit not 9/11, when COVID hit in March of 2010, immediately when the country shut down, I think it was March 10th, 11th, 12th, depending which state you were in, everyone had to stay at home. What does that mean to our real estate business? We're selling houses. How in the world are we going to make a living if all of us has to stay home? Well, guess what? EXP was already cloud-based. We didn't have to figure out how to jump on Zoom. We didn't have to figure out how to connect and collaborate and talk and learn and share with each other. And I remember being on a call at about 11 p.m. at night when the leaders, the alphas in the company got together and says, okay, who has experience during the last catastrophe, during 9/11? Who has experience in a down market? What can we do to pour into our agents and roll out training starting tomorrow, so none of us be affected that negatively when the rest of the world shut down? And during that time, we grew from 24,000 to 44,000 to 64,000 to now 88,000, because we never missed a beat with this platform, because we gave the agents the training that they needed. And then the tools and the support that's available. We already had a cloud-based company, a metaverse, Verbella. All of us already knew how to do all of our paperwork virtually, get paid virtually. None of us had to run into their office to pick up a check, drop off a check. We're already doing it. The world looked to EXP and they says, what is this little company that is growing like crazy during COVID when everyone's supposed to be staying in place? And then the major companies, the Harvards, the MITs, the US Navy SEALs, all these guys looked at a Verbella platform and they started licensing our platform to run their businesses, and white labeled our Verbella platform for their own organizations so they can stay connected virtually. We've been doing this since 2009, folks. Okay, that's why you'll see some of the charts here, why we continue to take off. We want to make money. And if you're really entrepreneur, like most of us, you want to keep it all. Yeah, you start with a split of 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, but eventually, if you're really entrepreneurial, you want to keep 100% of it, right? Right? You break away from your broker, you want to keep 100%. Charlie Bowie keeps 100% of his income, right? Calvin Wong, even though he's affiliated with EXP Commercial, he keeps 100% of his income. As a matter of fact, he got more than 100%, because as an Icon agent, he got his whole $20,000 cap back, and the stock went from $10 when it was issued to him to now $19. He almost doubled his money. So he made money on EXP just this past year. Paid nothing into it. And then all of us eventually want to be broker owners, because we're all independent contractors. We eat what we kill, don't we? Is anyone here on a salary, on a W-2 salary? No. So ask yourself, if you're with a different brokerage, and by the way, I love all my competitors, our competitors, because they keep us honest. The better they get, the better we get. And I love that. But ask yourself, if you're working for a different brokerage, how much equity do you own? I built my brokerage from 1 to 120 from 2005 to 2014 when I sold my brokerage, 4 offices, 92 agents, and the new company took over. They gave me a big fat check. I threw a big fat party when that night hit. Who went home with the check? What did my 92 agents go home with? A full belly? New business cards that we printed for them? But did they get any equity? So ask yourself, if you're an independent contractor, how much equity do you own in your own business? If you're with EXP, you own 100% of it because it's transportable. Okay. 2009, Glenn Sanford looked at the industry in general. He goes, if Netflix can deliver value and services better than Blockbusters without any bricks and mortar, why can't a real estate? He looked at Amazon. He saw all these companies, bricks and mortar, go out of business, right? Toys R Us, JCPenney, Sears, Circuit City, all these bricks and mortar going out of business, replaced by Amazon. Amazon didn't change this retail industry. They just found a better way to get consumers to the manufacturers and deliver it so much faster, cheaper, more efficient. And Glenn goes, there isn't a real estate brokerage that can do this. We have the technology. Why not do this virtually? Why not cut out all of the overhead, okay, and save that money to put it back to the agent's pocket for training, tools, systems, stock ownership, healthcare, all of that. So he went out and he licensed this company called Verbella. That's the software. It looks a lot better today because we keep innovating it. But he told his whole team, he was with KW. He sold $60 million in sales volume. And he told his whole team, we're leaving KW. We're going to start our own brokerage, eXp Realty. And everyone, grab your computers. You're working from home. We're going to dial into this cloud-based virtual platform. It was revolutionary. It was out of the box thinking. But he knows that we, the agents, are the backbone of the real estate industry. Without us, there is no franchise. There is no brokerage name. We're the ones who pound the pavement to get the deals. He also knew that most of the agents don't go to the offices anymore. This is back in 2009. But yet, the brokerage platform took a lot of the money from the agents to pay for all this air conditioning, rent, overhead. 34% split to the company, 24% split to the company, went to pay for all this unused overhead to make the broker look good. Didn't make the agents look good, did they? When I owned 4 offices, I looked good around town. I had 4 offices. Wow, Tom, you're doing great. But not the agents. Okay. So we did this. It allows us to cut out all of the expenses, a lot of the expenses, and pass it back to our agents in terms of technology. And then he's brilliant. He goes, you know what, but we do sometimes need bricks and mortar. Sometimes we do need to meet a family in a true environment, not at a Dunkin' Donuts, not at a coffee shop, not at a restaurant, but a real bricks and mortar. So he signed a lease with Regis. Regis is a shared office environment. Right around here, there's probably at least 15, 20 within a 5-mile radius where all of us can plug in. It's all included in a monthly fee of $85 for the realty agents and $250 for the commercial agents. 3,000 locations across the world. So you can log in, get in, show your Regis ID, and sit down and get high-speed Wi-Fi at a desk, meet with people, or just do some quiet work. Okay. When I went to Greece a couple of years ago on vacation, 3 minutes into this, 3 minutes into the country, I lost my passport. I wasn't panicked. I said, don't worry, we're gonna stay with our agenda. Don't worry about it. There's a Regis office. They open at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna run there. You guys go on your tour. Jump into the Regis office. They helped me print out the application, call the embassy from there. Had an emergency appointment, went down to embassy, done. They took my paperwork, they helped me, and then I enjoyed my vacation for the next 2 weeks, came back to Greece and picked up my passport and went back home. No problem, no stress. Because we have this bricks and mortar platform, we've managed to lower per transaction expenses down to next to nothing. About $65 is all it costs us to process this transaction on the residential side. $250 on the commercial side. That's it. Compared to our competitors, where per transaction it's costing about $9,000 or more when they add up everything. When they add up the bricks and mortar, the overhead, the insurances, the wasted help that sits at the desk while they're on full-time salary, full-time benefits, and no agents walking through the office. They have to cover for all that overhead. Okay? So, Glenn said we're gonna build the most agent-centric brokerage on planet Earth, breaking the traditional model. It's gonna be cloud-based. We're gonna be the best leading company to train, to coach, to mentor. Along the way, in fulfilling Glenn's mission, he bought this company called Success Magazine, a 100-year-old institution, self-development. Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, all these brands were coaches at Success. And a couple of years ago, we had enough money in our bank account to buy the whole franchise. And we launched Success Lending, we launched Success Coach, we launched Success Spaces, and many of that we have a lot of agents who become success coaches, who get trained to get coaches, not just real estate coaches, but life coaches in other industries. That's what part of our organization. If you're a shareholder, if you're an EXP agent, you own Success as Verbella. Okay, I love that. And then we have a competitive compensation plan. I'll get into all that. Number one was leads, remember? After 18 years, I know agents need leads. So if you are out of business if you don't have a prospect right now. You just don't know it yet, but you'll be broke. In 45 days, you're gonna have a prospect right now. The question is, where's your prospect living? So we provide this system called KV Core. There's many consumer relationship management databases out there. KV Core, in my opinion, happens to be the top 3 in the industry. Chime, I really love as well. The other one that I used before was Boomtown. We're not KV Core is not the only game in town, but we happen to be, we've secured relationships with them at a very deep discount. Our agents get KV Core on the residential side included in the $85 per month, okay? You can go out there and buy KV Core right now if you work for a different independent, for another office right now. Just Google KV Core and sign up, and they'll take $1,000 deposit on your credit card, and then they'll hit you with $500 per month to access the state-of-the-art consumer relationship management database, lead generation website, pay-per-click systems, all there. And it'll cost you about $6,000 to $7,000 a year. And at XP, it's all included in $85. For our commercial friends, your monthly fee is $250. You get access to build out, you get access to Crexy and a whole bunch of other things for $250. Reonomy, all right? It's a deep discount, okay? When our commercial friends, friendly competitors, would have to pay about $2,500 to $3,000 per month, our commercial agents are getting access to this suite of tools for about $250 per month. That allows us major competitive advantage to serve our clients at the highest level because we don't skimp on the technology and the tools that the agents need. Does that make sense? A lot of agents at 100% shop, they're at 90% shop. Yeah, they keep a lot of money, but what tools do they have to service their clients properly? When they go on a listing appointment, a buy presentation, what is the percentage of closing that deal? Because if they keep 90% or 95% of zero because they didn't get the deal, it's still zero, isn't it? Here's what I say, whether you're on the commercial side or the residential side, if you invest about an hour a day for 21 straight days, because that's how long it's going to take you to develop a brand new habit, okay, you would generate more leads than you can handle without any extra cost. The challenge with agents is they don't spend 21 straight days. They haven't developed a new habit. And if they skip the 14th day, if they stop after the 14th day, I tell them, you got to start all over again. It's like a diet. It's like a lifestyle. You try it, you have a New Year's resolution, 2 weeks in, you gave up. You're going to start all over again, 21 straight days. I promise you, no one has come up to me and told me that I'm a liar, that I led them down the wrong path, because they haven't done 21 straight days. I have agents in our organization, after less than 21 days, have more leads than they can handle, and then they start building out a real estate team to help them generate their leads, okay? Live training. Most brokerages do 1 hour of live training a week. 1 hour. If you're at your brokerage right now, ask yourself, how many hours of live training does my brokerage have? And did I show up to it? I know the answer for my brokerage when I had 4 offices, 1 hour a week, 4 different offices. So we had 4 different training on Tuesday in this office, Wednesday in the next office, Thursday in the next office, Friday in the next office. I had 4 partners, each of us trained once, and there was 4 hours. But agents had to travel all over the place and they don't show up. And half of them don't show up if lunch wasn't served. We had to bribe them with food, right? So if you're a new agent getting into this industry, how in the world are you going to survive or thrive with 1 hour of training a week when you're supposed to be working 40 hours? Or if you just got your license, well, what do I do next? You only trained me for an hour. What do I do for the next 39 hours of the week? Think about that. If you're a commercial agent, your commercial broker trains 1 hour a week. Well, what am I to do for the next 59 hours? Because most commercial agents are crushing the phones. They're supposed to be calling 8 hours a day, cold calling, prospecting. Where were they call on? Who's teaching them how to do this stuff? And that's why the failure rate in the industry is so high. 86%. Carlos there said earlier, right? Only 17% or 16% succeed after 2 years of getting licensed. 84%, 83% fail. We don't see them anymore. Room of 40, 5 survive 2 years later. That's reality, folks. At EXP, it's different though, because instead of having 1 hour, you get 80 hours on the residential side, 50 hours on the commercial side. If you fail, it's on you, not on me. You failed to plug in. I led you to the water, you just refused to drink. So when you fail, don't look at me. Don't look at the brokerage. Look at your daily activities. Did you properly time block? Someone talked about that earlier, right? Time blocking. I'm a huge time blocker. Ali, thank you for sharing that with him there, right? Time block. If you look at my calendar, it is time blocked. Okay? So important. Okay? Real-time support. Man, when I ran my office, it was 4 broker owners and 1 full-time support staff. If she went to lunch and we all went to lunch, no support. If she went on vacation and none of us logged into her email and checked for the request, our agents have to wait a week while she comes back from vacation. Or if she's really good, she's checking her emails while she's on vacation. Is that a real vacation for an employee? But that's how it was. That's reality. But here, 1,900 support staffers on our payroll. These guys and gals wake up every single day and their one mission is, how do I serve Tan better? How do I serve Larry better? How do I serve Calvin better? How do I serve Susie better? That's their one mission each and every day. How do I make your lives easier and help you sell more houses? Community platform, we have Workplace. Workplace is powered by Facebook. It's available to all companies out there, all enterprises out there. EXP just happens to be the biggest user of Workplace. Okay, and what it is, it's a referral network, it's a training network, is where we share conversations, where we ask questions. You have a question about anything, I promise you there's an expert out there willing to help you and share their trade secrets with you. Why? Because we all own the stock together and all tides lift ships. Marketing and branding. Ask yourselves, whether you're residential, commercial, luxury, how up to date is your listing presentation? How up to date is your listing presentation? If you got a text right now and you have a seller who says, hey, come on over, Lucia, to do a listing presentation. You know, I just fought with my wife last night. We're selling the house. We're getting divorced. See me at 3 o'clock. I can't stand her anymore. Are you ready to leave here, go to that listing presentation, and have your comparative market analysis ready? Have your $1 million listing presentation ready? Market data, solds, on market. Do you have all that ready? I can tell you, if you've mastered KV Core and you master build out, you can get that information within minutes. And you can show up like a rock star. That's our marketing platform. 5,000 marketing pieces you can customize right here, right now. That's proven to work in our marketing platform. Most brokerages will never get to that level, folks, ever. You have no idea how good this brokerage model is. SkySlope is a transaction management system. It's an online filing cabinet on steroids. Makes it so easy for us to do the paperwork, track the paperwork, keep you guys out of real estate jail, and get you paid fast. Learn SkySlope, it's amazing. It helps you do your business. This is our growth. Look at that, past 5 years growth since I've been with the company. Look at that. This is how much transaction volume EXP has grown, 16x. The next competitor is Compass. Who's heard of Compass? Okay. Do you know how they grew to 13x in growth in transaction volume? Is there Compass around here in Dallas? Are there Compass offices in Dallas or no? Yeah? Yeah? Do you know how they get how they bring agents in and get the transaction volume up? They buy them. They purchase them. They gotta do what they gotta do, but they buy the talent. We haven't bought one talent. Every one of 88,000 agents have voted with their feet and come onto this platform and didn't get paid anything to join. I'll show you another slide next where our competitors are losing money like crazy because they're buying talent, and we're making money like crazy because our talent's loyal to us because of the training, tool, system support, collaboration. For the past 5 years, if you were in this business and you would have rolled this wave with us, you would have seen the equivalent of your income as a real estate agent go from 50,000 to 800,000. If I showed you my bank account from 6 years ago, and I showed you my bank account and my tax returns today, it mirrors something like that because I rolled this wave with the EXP model and I plugged in and I showed up and I did the work. It's equivalent of you renting a 600 square foot studio apartment to owning a luxury home for 900 square feet, 9,600 square feet. It's equivalent of you doing about 25,000 transactions to 400,000 transactions in the last 5 years. That's how much our company has grown. And look at there it is. That's a different chart there. Everyone else's transaction volume is down year over year. Very few companies have grown in transaction volume, and we're leading everybody in transaction volume. I hear all the time, EXP is a recruiting company. Hell yeah, we're a recruiting company. Every brokerage is recruiting. If they don't recruit, they're out of business. Every company recruits, folks. We just recruit the best of the best who bring the most business. Got it? That's our commission split. 80-20. Wow. If you've done 3 or more transactions each before you joined for the past 12 months, you start at 80%. No franchise fees, no royalty fees. We don't have a desk fee, but we have a monthly fee of $85 per month on the residential side, $250 on the commercial side. On the residential side, as soon as you close about $80,000 in gross commission income, you pay the company that 20%, $16,000 goes to the company. From there, you graduate to 100% for the rest of that anniversary year. On the commercial side, if you sell $100,000 in gross commission income, you pay 20% to the company. You're capped at $20,000 to the company. From there on, for the rest of the calendar year, you could get 100% commission. How cool is that? What brokerage platform allows 100% commission? And then if you really, and then per transaction, we just deduct $25 for broker review fee and $40 for errors and omissions on the residential side, $250 broker review fee on the commercial side, and $100 errors and omissions on the commercial side. Got it? Got it. And after that, you keep 100%. And then if you're an icon agent, residential icon agent, like Charlie, once you cap, close another 20 transactions before your anniversary date resets, and we'll give you the entire $16,000 back in the form of stock. And that's Charlie in 10 minutes with EXP. He doubled that.
What is the risk management fee? What is that?
Risk management is errors and omissions. Okay? When I own my brokerage with 4 offices, I charge $395 for errors and omissions. That was an income line for me that I made off of my agents. Okay? Here's $40 and it's capped at $500 a year. So Charlie's an icon agent where after he caps, he does another minimum of 20 transactions. You're an icon agent, right? Twice icon agent right here in the room, right? And for Calvin Wong, he's also a commercial icon agent. He closed $100,000 in GCI. He paid the company $20,000, 20%. And from there on, It was a race to do another 400,000 in commissions for a total of $500,000. And Calvin did that this year. And then we gave him his entire $20,000 back. He's an owner like us. They're rock stars. That's our golden handcuff. It's a 3-year vesting period. They're not ever going to leave us because we treat you like an owner. And owners should keep 100% of their commissions, right or wrong. That's who you are with us. I love that. Okay? And it gets better. The 5th bullet point on my first slide was ownership. Ownership. When you close your first transaction each and every year with EXP, you get stock. I think we traded about $19 to $20, $18 or $19, $20 recently. When you close your first transaction each and every year, no matter which division you're in, you get $200 worth of stock on your first transaction every year. That's like getting 20 shares for free. When I started with the company, the shares was at $3 a share. Okay? And today it's worth $19. Not bad, right? They gave it to me for free. When I cap each and every year, you get another $400 worth of stock. That's the second bullet point. And every agent that you help bring into this organization and help them be productive, when they close, they get the first bullet point, you get the $400. And there's no limit on how many you want to bring in. I brought in 78 agents. Out of those 78 agents, all of them closed the deal. When they do, they gave me $400 worth of stock. Add that up and see what that's worth for you if you were that person, okay? And then the icon, I talked about that earlier. And here's the last bullet point, which I really love. Every transaction that you close, you have the ability to put away 5% of your commissions to buy the stock at a 10% discount. That's like walking into a bank right now across the street, giving them $90, and they can in return send you back $100. Just like that. And tomorrow you can go cash it in for $100, and you only paid $90 for it. Isn't that amazing? Over the past 5.5 years, I still sell houses, a lot of houses, and I've tucked away $55,000 of this 5%, and I don't even miss it. You know why? Because my old franchise model, I paid 6.25% franchise fees, royalty fees, and when I left, I got nothing for it, nothing to show for it. Go ahead.
First I joined, I didn't notice much about like we didn't get stock, didn't notice much. I literally just check my account and just grant itself. So like when you cap, when you be icon, when you close for transaction, you have another agent and EXP literally gave me 1639 share grant, not like the agent.
1,639 shares.
Yeah, I think like 31,000 in grant.
1,639 shares times about $18. EXP gave her $29,000.
Just the company gave me not the agent equity program. And like you say, like last year when we do the icon and 16,000, like we got the stock around 11. I checked the stock $11 and now it's 19. But it even get higher in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you for that testimonial. I love it. It's life-changing, guys. It's life-changing. I'm telling you. There's no other brokerage platform like this, okay? And as a broker owner, I wish, so here's a side note, it's really important. When I saw this program 5.5 years ago, I had already sold my brokerage 3.5 years before that. I had already earned out, meaning my non-compete was over at 1.5 years before that. So I was a free agent. I could have easily gone back into that brokerage and grabbed all 120 agents. By then, it's grown to like 160 agents to come with me to EXP. I called the president of the company, the woman that I reported to, and I said, Wendy, I want to buy my whole business back. You paid me 4.25 times earnings. Whatever they're making now, I want to pay you back 4.25 earnings because I want to start with 120 agents at EXP. If I had started with 120 agents in EXP, I would have 12,000 agents today instead of 1,200 today. But I took the high road. I went by myself. My other partners stayed back, by the way. They said, Tom, that's silly. Whatever you're doing is not going to work. This multi-level pyramid scheme, this computer game for a platform, it's not going to work. Guess what? There's still trading time for money while I travel the world helping agents, and I love it. All right? So she said, no, we're not selling it because they were profitable. Since then, the majority of them have voted with their feet and come over here anyhow, right? And I didn't have to convince them. They convinced themselves because the platform is that good. So yeah, so 55,000 was for mine. Let me go, oh shoot. How do I go backwards, please, right there? 55, I put in 55,000, which is that 5% on every transaction today is worth about $168,000. That's just like a rainy day fund. And agents are already paying that to Keller Williams, Remax, Coldwell Banker, C21. You're already paying it. You're paying 6, 7, 8% as a franchise fee. It goes away to La La Land. Or maybe you're helping somebody buy their second home, their vacation home, that private island, their jet plane. In this case, you do it for yourself. Every dollar that we take in, we give back, pay back 91 cents to our agents. Wait, Tom, you said the split was 80-20. The agents get 80%. Yeah, we start with 80 and then we give back in stock and icon and everything else. We're very proud of that because the rest of our competition only pays back about 80%, right? And I'll show you revenue share and then I'm done. But before we do that, because we have so much money, we're cash rich, debt free, we also provide healthcare. For 88,000 agents, every one of us has access to affordable, competitive healthcare. My family was paying about $24,000 a year in healthcare. We joined, now we pay about $12,000. We saved $12,000, and our coverages were the same, if not better. Our deductibles were the same, if not lower. All 4 of our primary care physicians were network. No one had to change. That was the biggest fear that my wife had. We don't want to change doctors.
I can attest to that because I just switched mine this month, September 1st, and my brother joined EXP commercial as well, and we moved our healthcare platform over to this platform. We actually saved about $20,000 together. So our family, because it was our property management company, which we own, you know, that saved $20,000 just right there. So
Stories like that. Yes, please.
Yes, yeah, I got kid, and we all, me and my husband, we all self-employed, and we used to pay $980. We have to keep it because we get kid. So, and then when we switch to EXP, I pay $420 right now, and like all the coverage better, deductible better. All 3, yeah.
She saved 100%, just like my family saved 100%. Just think about this. How do they do this? Because I had those questions. How do they do this? Well, remember, when I joined, there was just 6,000 agents. But still, when you can come to the marketplace to an insurance carrier and say, I have the possibility of, you have the possibility of enrolling 6,000 agents. KV Core, you have the ability to enroll 88,000 agents. Build out, you have the ability to roll in 800 subscriptions. What kind of discount can you give me? I want to buy it at a deep discount because I'm going to guarantee these subscriptions for you. Compared to a broker owner who has 60 agents or 120 agents, what purchasing power, what leverage do you think that broker owner has where they go to leverage the cost for their agents? I know. I own an office with 120 agents. I went to Boomtown. I said, can you give me a discount? They said, no, you're not big enough. Because out of 120, maybe 10 will pay for it. But with 88,000 agents, probably, and we give it away for free, everyone's going to log in and use it. And they get subscription fees. Does that make sense, guys? The same thing for health insurance. Okay. There's me. I was so privileged to be invited to Wall Street to ring the bell when we got uplisted. My sponsor, Tracy Gagnon, her husband, David Gagnon, our CEO, Jason Gessing, our founder, Glenn Sanford on the right-hand side. I don't get paid to do this stuff, guys. I flew here on my own time, my own dime, took away from time off for my family. Why? Because we want to help you guys change your lives. How are we going to help you change your lives? More leads, more training, more tools, more systems, more support, more collaboration, and then this thing called revenue share. Okay? Well, one brokerage under the sun. You have no territories. If you're in a franchise model, you have to stay within your box. Right, Keith?
right.
When you own the franchise in Alabama, you have to stay in your box. You can't go to Texas, you can't go to Oklahoma, you can't go to Michigan, you can't go to Massachusetts, because that's my territory. Don't touch my territory. Get out of my backyard. Right? At EXP is one brokerage under the sun. Wherever your relationships take you, off you go. Help them buy, sell property, property. Wherever you have agents, relationships, bring them on. In 5.5 years, I've brought in 78 agents on my first line. Okay? And that has turned into over 1,200 agents in 252 cities, 5 countries. It's absolutely incredible. So we also have EXP Commercial that we launched 3 years ago. It's the fastest, most profitable commercial brokerage that's ever been reported. 800 agents in 3 short years, already making money. We just launched EXP Luxury. I have an agent. What's that? And I had the pleasure of courting our president, James Fung, to come to this platform. Right? So it's just amazing. And I think if Jim were standing here, he'd tell you the EXP also changed his life. Okay? We just launched EXP Luxury. Have an agent in my tier 13 or 14. For those who are in the business, you understand, I don't get paid for that. But he plugged into EXP Luxury when we launched. And he landed a 34 million, I think 34 million penthouse unit from overseas because they were impressed with his EXP Luxury marketing material and how he marketed it online. They flew in from out of town and boom, he did a deal from EXP Luxury because we gave him the tools and he just followed the system. We led them to the water and he drank all of it. All right, revenue share, then I'm done. We take in 20%, 80-20 split. When we take in that 20%, we have the ability to give it all back, believe it or not, okay? And it goes 7 tiers. So you know Susie. You share this business with Susie. Susie comes in and she joins. When she closes the transaction, let's say in this market, the average house is like $600,000, $500,000. Let's do that for easy math, okay? $500,000 and Susie earns 3% commission on one side of the transaction. Is that fair? So her gross revenue is $15,000, right? If you're the one who brought in Susie, she keeps 80% of 15 grand, which is 12,000, minus $65 transaction fee. And the company keeps $3,000, which is 20%. Did I lose anybody yet? Okay. The company would take 3.5% of the $15,000 and send the check directly deposited to you. How much is that, please? Someone do the math. 3.5% of $15,000. How much? 3.5% times 15,000. Come on, Colin, help me out, baby. $525. So if you're the one who brought in Susie, we would take $525 and we deposit in your check, deposit into your bank account on about the 20th of the following month. That 25 came from the company's $3,000. Got it? You're going to keep getting paid that money until Susie caps. Susie will cap at $80,000 a year because she would have paid $16,000 to the company. But we pay you 3.5% of $80,000, which is $2,800 per agent per year. And there's no limit on how many agents you want to bring in. Right here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and clear across the world in 24 countries. Okay? And if Susie sold $80,000 in residential commission, you would get paid about $2,800. If Allie sold $100,000 in commercial commissions, you would get paid $3,500, 3.5% of $100,000 for our commercial guys. That's what those numbers represent.
A year.
Per year. Per
What
year.
about the ones that make less than 60? What about the ones that make less than whatever?
So let's say if Susie only sold one $500,000 house, you get paid $525. Remember the math? That one transaction? 3.5% of $15,525. If that's the only property she sold last year, that's all you get for revenue share. Right? Pretty simple. When she sells 20 transactions, she'll cap at about 6 transactions. And when she goes to 100%, there's no more monies to share, so we stop. Right? It doesn't come from like the trees. Okay? But when she renews her anniversary date, it kicks in again. Okay? So That's level one. And remember, it came from the company's 20%. We're the Amazon of real estate. We're the Netflix of real estate. We're the Uber, the Lyft of real estate. We have very low expenses. We can pay back more than 80% in the form of revenue share. That's why we pay 91%. Okay? It gets better. See, you're going to start building. And then you want to help Susie bring in Larry. And this is the second tier. On second tier, we reward you even more, 4%. Because when Susie just comes on, Susie really doesn't know what she's doing, so we need you to step in and help. Right, Paul? I stepped in and helped. Right? Because Colin's just newer at this, but they're going to reward me a little bit more for helping. Got it? So level 2, 4%, capping agent is $3,200 per year per capping agent on the residential side, and $4,000 on the commercial side. And there's no limit how many agents you want to bring in. So think about this. How would your life change if you got a check deposited to your bank account in 5 days? Today's the 15th, right? In 5 days, we sent you $7,833 in your bank account. Right, Lucia? Would that change your life? You don't have to sell a property. You don't have to close a commercial deal. You don't have to go to a listing appointment. We just automatically deposit $7,800 into your bank account each and every month like clockwork. The stress leaves your system. The stress of hustling for the next transaction just goes away. How long would it take you to buy a commercial building, buy multifamilies, to yield a net of $7,833 a month? Take a moment to reflect upon that, because as most real estate agents, that's most of the vehicle that we have. Or you do really good, you close deals, you save money, you put it in the stock market, and it returns dividend income for you. How much would you need to get $94,000 a year, guys? Come on.
15 houses, $500 cash flow.
Say it again.
15 houses at a $500 cash flow.
15 houses at $500 cash flow to get that. It's true. Before I saw this program, that was my vehicle. I saved money, I invested in real estate. For me, I'm a real estate guy, that's how I did it, okay? But most of my agents couldn't do that. Most of my agents live paycheck to paycheck. They're broke, they already have the commission check spent before the commission comes in. The money runs out before the month runs out. Here's a better way. Find agents in the Dallas-Fort Worth market who sell about $2.7 million. That's a capping agent. In Boston, you'll have to find agents that sells about $3.2 million because we're 2.5% market. Can you go out and find 5 of them who sell about 6 houses in this market? When you do find 5, we'll pay you $2,800 per agent per year in revenue share. That is $14,000 a year directly deposited in your bank account. And then you help those 5 bring in 5 each. I found James Huang. That's 1 of 5. I helped James Huang bring in at least 5. He's brought in 200 so far. James Huang found Daniel Lang. Daniel Lang brought in 160 agents so far. Got it? 5 times 5 is 25 on your tier 2. If they all sell about 6 houses in this market, they're capping agents, and there you go. $3,200 per agent per year times 25 is $80,000. There's your $94,000 a year, or $7,833. I saw this and I lost a full night of sleep. I lost a second night's sleep. I can do this. I know so many agents who just want to get a raise from 60 to 70% to 80%. I know so many agents who have no cap at their brokerages. Here they can cap at 16,000 residential side, 20,000 commercial side. I can change his life, her life, if I just put my ego on the line and go talk to them. And catch them in the right place, in the right position in life where they're open to listen. Got it? They're not saying no to me. They're not saying no to themselves when they don't take the appointment. They don't know that. And it worked. Glenn is brilliant. Look at the agent count. Year over year over year. It worked. Agents are voting with their feet and rolling in brokerages. We just rolled in a group called the Beam Group up in Maine. 600 agents, 1.5 billion in sales volume. This is generational business. And they set their ego aside recently and they made the move over to EXP. All 600 agents. I reposted that post on my LinkedIn yesterday. And that LinkedIn post basically says, I'm so excited for the Beam Group. They're my friends, they're my competitors in the New England market. I'm so happy for them. Welcome to the team, welcome to EXP. Everyone, if you have any questions, let's have a confidential conversation. That was my LinkedIn post yesterday. This morning, I woke up and this independent franchise owner of 243 agents messaged me on LinkedIn, Tom, when can we meet? I'm meeting with him on Monday. Michael Valdez, our growth leader, is gonna send Amy Weaver to jump on the call with me. This other broker, Chuck Fazio, out of Arizona, I messaged Chuck. He brought his brokerage of 800 agents. He's gonna jump on a call with me. Between Amy and Chuck and everybody else, we're gonna change this guy's lives. But not just his life, 599 other agents' lives, if they decide to make the move. You guys have the ability to change people's lives. They don't even know it yet. And we're the most profitable company on planet Earth. That's our earnings before income taxes, depreciation, and amortization. The adjusted EBITDA. For those accountants in the room, that's the true number, adjusted EBITDA. That's how profitable we are, folks, as of June 2023. The industry is taking a look at this platform and then naming us number one in transaction volume and profitability and growth in all aspects. I'll stop with this. Just on time, 7 minutes left. I'll stop with this. Thank you, Lucia. Remember revenue share? Hold on, let me tell you one story and then I'll take your questions. I'm sorry, go ahead, go ask your question. Share with us your revenue. Okay, you got it. When we share revenue share, you might have to stop the recording. But not now, okay? Because that's private, confidential information, and I don't want it out there. But since you asked, I'll share with you my revenue share, okay? 5.5 years ago, I saw this program. 2 sleepless nights. On Monday, I drove 2.5 hours to meet with Jason Gessing, our CEO, and I grilled him on our financials, because I'm a CFO by training. I grilled him. Are we really? Is this? I already started saying we, and he caught me. He goes, you're already in, right? $2.3 million in the savings account of the brokerage of EXP. No debt, no liabilities. We owe nobody nothing. And I said, is that Glenn Sanford's savings account or is that EXP's savings account? He goes, no, that's EXP's savings account. Ask your broker, hey, the economy continues to change. How do I know that if I get brand new business cards and brand new signage and I wrap my van, that you're still gonna be in business a year from now? How much is in your savings account to weather the storm? You know how many brokerages shut down each and every year? A lot, especially now. And this company had 2.3 million in the bank account. And so I shared this business with I called about 200 agents that first week after I came back from vacation. On January, I called 200 agents and I had their lunch and learn just like this, 4 of them. 2 on Friday at a restaurant, 1 at 11 a.m., 1 at 1 p.m. Saturday, 11 a.m., 1 p.m. I call all my friends, hey, I'm making a massive move in my real estate business. I'm so excited about it. You're a fellow real estate agent. You know my reputation in the market. I'd love to share it with you because I don't want you to tell me one day, Tom, why did you share it with me? Well, Tom, what is it? I can't tell you. Come meet my business partner. My business partners, Tracy Gagnon and Scott Lewis, flew in from San Antonio, Texas. And they showed the presentation to about 60 people showed up over those four lunch and learns. Out of those 60, I found my first 6 agents who capped. They paid me that $16,800 back. and that more than covered my cap. EXP has never made another dime off of me since 45 days into the business. I still sold houses. I still sell about one house every 10 days, like clockwork. 38 closings in the past 12 months. Yet I still have the ability, the flexibility, the location, freedom, the